Hello everyone, in this particular lecture we are going to discuss the pivot transformation in SSIS tool. So let me first show you the data set. So this is my data set: student ID, student name, course and marks. So with the help of pivot transformation I'm going to present my data set like this. Okay, so pivot transformation is going to convert the row data into column data. So this is the raw data: networking, Java, C++. These are data which is in the form of rows and it is converted into columns. Look, C++ and Java marks and the networking marks. So Alex has got 100 marks in C++. Alex has got 230 marks in Java and 200 marks in networking. So I'm going to present this table like this with the help of pivot transformation. So first of all, I'm going to create a new package. I will name this package pivot transformation, pivot package 06. I will name it pivot transformation. Now first of all, I'm going to select the data flow tasks. So I will select data flow. I'm going to click here. So the first one is the data flow task. Click data flow. Then I'm going to what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert data in a table. So first of all, I will create a table in SQL Server. Database is DICE, so this table will be created in DICE database. Create this table and then execute the insert statement. Insert into. Okay. Now select star from source underscore student. So now I'm going to convert this. I'm going to convert this table like this. Okay. Like this. Now, first of all, let me just use the source DB, source DB, OLE DB source. Okay, now double click. So this is the connection I've already selected. Now data access mode table. So I'm going to select this table which I have just created in SQL Server, source underscore student table. Here I'm going to select source underscore student table. This is the name of table, columns and preview, student ID, student name, course and marks. Click OK. The first step is done and dusted. Next step is to use the pivot transformation. So I'm going to use the pivot transformation. Okay. Then I'm going to connect this. Let me just double click this transformation. So pivot key. So pivot transformation has pivot key and the pivot value. So first of all, I'm going to sort this data on the basis of key. So in this case, I'm going to select student ID as a key. So on the basis of student ID, I'm going to sort my data. Student ID, I'm going to sort this data which is coming from this table. Now student ID. Now pivot key and the pivot value. So what is pivot key in this case? Pivot key is course. Course is the pivot key. Okay. This course is the pivot key and the pivot value is marks. These are the marks. Okay. Now let me just select course as pivot key and pivot value will be marks. Ignore unmatched pivot values and report them after data flow execution. Okay, click. Now here I'm going to select the columns output. No, now I'm going to select networking. Okay, I'm going to select C++, Java and networking. These three columns I'm going to select here. So select here. So first I will select networking. You have to provide the values here. Then C++, then Java. Generate column now. click OK. Now C++, Java networking, click OK. So this step is done and dusted. So next I'm going to right click this pivot step and then click show advanced editor. So what I want to include all columns including student name. Okay, student ID, course, marks, student name. I want to include all columns. Input and output parameters, input columns, these are input columns. What are output columns? Student ID, these are output columns. So I want student name as well. So what I am going to do, after student ID, I need to display student name. So I will click C++ marks, add column. So I'm going to mention student underscore name. Okay, I will click student underscore name. Source column is -1. Here student name, I need to click student name and the lineage ID is 20. This ID is 20. Specify the lineage ID of the output column when this item was first placed in the data flow. So what I want, in order to match this column with this column, here in the student name I'm going to mention the source column, and the source column is 20. Lineage ID equals to 20. Here I'm going to mention the student name 20 and the pivot key value will be 0. Okay, now student ID, these are output columns. Student ID, name, C++ marks. I have to change this. C++ marks, Java marks. Okay, networking marks. I have to change this. Okay, click OK. So this step is configured. Next I'm going to configure the final step, which is flat file destination step. I have to combine this. Double click, new flat file configuration, click OK. Now what I want, I'm going to provide the directory here, SSIS document files. Okay, so let me just create a file here. So I'm going to create a file, a new CSV file. So I'm going to create a CSV file here. I will double click here. So I'm going to save this file as a CSV file. Double click. Okay, I have to double click, open this file. Save this file as a CSV, commas separated file. CSV, where is CSV? CSV. Okay, save this file and the name of file will be pivot example. Save this file as with this name. Okay, now delete this file. Okay, fine. Now browse. I have to mention this file, CSV pivot example.csv file, columns. Okay, advanced, find student name, C++, Java marks, networking marks, preview. These are the columns in my data set. Okay, I have to update this. Okay, column names in the first data flow, I have to check this option in order to get the column names as well. Now, okay, fine, click OK. Now mappings. Okay, I have to ignore this. Connection manager, update. Why I'm getting this extra column? Preview student ID. Okay, fine. Mappings, student name, C++ marks, Java marks, networking marks. This is going to be student ID. Click OK. Save this file. Now I am going to execute the package. Click start button and the process is executed successfully. Now I need to open the file. So this file is, look, this is the file. I need to open this file. So now you are going to look at the data. Look, student ID, student name, C++ marks, Java marks, and the networking marks. So data has been displayed. Now next, what I am going to do, so I'm going to use the FTP task. So I need to click this. I need to go to the edit mode, control flow. After the data flow task, what I want to use the FTP task. So basically what I want, whatever the file is created here, I want to copy this file in the FTP directory, which we call it remote directory. Okay, so this is going to be my local directory, and where I'm going to copy this file will be my remote directory. So I want to configure this FTP task. So how to configure this FTP task? First, I'm going to connect the first task with this task. So download FileZilla server in my system. So I'm going to download this, download and install this FileZilla server for Windows. So I already have it in my system, FileZilla server interface. So I'm going to open this, connect, edit user. I will create a new user, add a user. So I will call it SSIS_user is the name. Okay, then I'm going to enable the password. So password is going to be admin123 is my password. Shared folder. So this is the directory. So this is going to be my remote directory where I'm going to place my files. And my FTP directory is this. So I'm going to call this as my remote directory. Add, and I have to D directory and FTP SSIS FTP files. Okay, so this is going to be my remote directory. So write, read, I'm going to give all rights, delete, okay, click OK. Now what I'm going to do next, I'm going to open the SSIS. I'm going to open this task, FTP task. So the first is the connection, FTP connection. So select create a new connection. Server name is this. Server name is 127.0.0.1. Okay, 127.0.0.1. Username is SSIS_user. Password is admin123. Test connection successful. Click OK. Then file transfer, local path. So this is the path. I have to provide my local path. So my local path in this case will be this one, where this file will be generated. Okay, this is going to be my local path. I have to provide this path here. So I'm going to provide the local path here, new connection, and browse, and this is going to be the file. Okay, pivot example.csv file. Then operation, which operation you want to perform. So you want to perform receive files. I want to send files. So I want to send files from this directory. So which file? I want to send this pivot example.csv file. Next I'm going to, where I'm going to send this file, I'm going to send this file in my remote directory, and this is the path of my remote directory. In case I have some folders, I'm going to provide the name of folder after this slash. Right now I don't have any further directories in my remote directory. This is my remote directory, no folder is there. So overwrite file at destination, yes. In case file at destination, yes, I want to overwrite my file. If file is already there, this option will overwrite. I can overwrite my file with this option. Okay. Expression, I'm not using the expression. Click OK. So this file task has been configured. So what will happen after this, after execution of this package, file will be created here. This one is going to be my local directory. File will be created. After this, once this data flow task is executed successfully, this task will be executed. This FTP task will send this file to this directory. I need to show you the directory where it is going to place the file. It is going to place the file here in this FTP files directory. This is going to be my remote directory. Now I have to execute the package here. Start. This is how you execute the package. So look, control flow, FTP task is successfully executed. Look, this is my remote directory. Pivot example.csv file is created. Look, student ID, student name, C++ marks, Java marks, networking marks, 200, 280, 230. Okay. So now, in order to look at the logs, I can go to the progress. Look, these are the logs of this package. Look, start, finish. Okay. All steps have been executed successfully. There is no error in my execution. 9 rows, and then 3 rows have been generated after this step. Okay. So hope you understood the concept. Thank you so much and have a great learning.